Good afternoon, Matthew Lindsay here with Precision Home Group here in Anchorage, Alaska. Today is Thursday, so we are talking real estate investing basics. That's right, the basics of real estate investing. Previously, on previous ones, we have talked about flipping and wholesaling. We have talked about REITs. What is a REIT? A real estate investment trust. We have talked about small deals, 1 to 4 units. That's going to be something you can pick up with a residential loan, the same loan you would have for your home. So today we are talking bigger deals. We are talking 5+ units. Commercial starts at 5 and gets bigger with the more and more units. Obviously there's also multi-purpose and other types of commercial deals, but today we're just specifically talking about the multi-family 5+ units. So we're going to get into that, but before we get into the 5+ units, we are going to talk a little bit about the small deals, the 1 to 4, analyze what cash flow on a 4-plex here in Anchorage recently sold at, what's going on with the numbers, and why you should have more than 4 units. So if you're just joining us for the first time today, again, this is Matthew Lindsay with Precision Home Group here in Anchorage. I come to you guys every day at about 12:30 to 1 Alaska time to talk to you about real estate, business, and life. Here at Precision Home Group, we specialize in helping our clients with their first commercial multifamily transaction. We really looking for a client who either has a multifamily in that 1 to 4 unit range, and they're looking to make the leap. They're looking to jump into bigger multifamily so that we can help them get in their first commercial deal and help people already playing the commercial game continue to do so. We help you analyze deals, help you locate, find those deals, and get into them. So we're going to jump right in today. So I told you guys we're going to look at a 4-plex, a recent sale for a 4-plex here in Anchorage. So the one that we have here, it's a 4-plex, 4 units. It sold for about $450,000. That's what that went for. So we're going to write this up here and analyze that. So right now, those units individually are going for about $1,200 a month, right? And before we get into the heart of this, what is the main reason we're going for commercial real estate? What is the main reason why we're buying and investing in real estate? It's for the cash flow, right? So we really want the cash flow off of that. Not just the equity and appreciation, but we want a monthly paycheck. That is what we're looking for. So we're going to show you how to do that today with these commercial deals. So back to this deal, right? So we have $450,000. That was the purchase price. We have 4 units at $1,200. We have an FHA loan that was used to purchase this property, which is 3.5% down, right? 3.5% down, so that's roughly about $15,750. With 4 units rented at $1,200, that's going to be about $4,800 a month, right? Awesome. But what's wrong with this? What's wrong? It's an FHA loan. That's right. So you have to owner occupy it that first year. That means you're taking over one of those units. And 99% of the people who owner occupy do not pay themselves rent. So let's take that in consideration. Now this $4,800 minus $1,200 is going to be dropping to $3,600. So I'm going to erase this here, and times 3 equals $3,600. So we just lost $1,200 a year. A month. So that $1,200 a month is lost revenue, right? We're not paying ourselves rent. So we have $3,600 a month. Now what is that mortgage going to be? That mortgage ended up being about $2,800 with everything combined. You're taking an FHA loan, so you have higher interest, you have mortgage insurance, you have all this kind of stuff added into that loan. So $2,800. What do you have left? $800. $800 a month. And you have to pay the insurance, utilities, and all that kind of stuff, not to mention any repairs that you got to do out of pocket. Now, if you're in Alaska, you have snow plowing. If you're in downtown Anchorage, if you're in a place here in Alaska that doesn't have much parking, you're also going to have snow removal, meaning you're going to get big berms in the winter. You're going to have to pay someone to come in with a loader, pick all that up, and take that off your property. That gets really expensive. So you have some of that going on. You also have to take out capital expenditures, all that kind of stuff, right? So can you realistically live off $800 a month with all the expenses that you have going on? No. And even if you can, this $800, let's just say that you get to keep half of that, right? $400, because that, you're only spending $400 on snow removal, utilities, insurance, repairs, capital expenditures, all that kind of stuff. $400, right? So if that's what you got, that's baby money. Now, you only put $15,750 down, right? Great. So what is that $800? What is the return on that? That percentage is pretty good, right? Can I get a calculator? So that percentage is pretty good, right? Well, the yield is nothing. It's nothing. It's not going to help you at the end of the day. Now you're going to get the appreciation. You're going to get the equity with the pay down on that. So, in the long run, for the long hold, you may be able to build some money in that, but you're not going to get the cash flow that we're looking for with the bigger properties, right? What can you do to get an extra $400 a month? Is there anything else that you can do right now to bring in an extra $400 a month to be able, without the headache of a fourplex, right? You don't have tenants, you don't have anything else. Is there something that you can go sell online? Is there something, can you go snow shovel your neighbor's yard? Can you go do something for extra $400 a month? I think any of us can do that. And it'd be a lot easier than managing a fourplex, correct? Awesome. So if we're on the same page with that, let's look at a bigger deal. Let's look at, hey, how can we get into a much bigger deal with more units and have the ability to actually have cash flow coming in while still getting the appreciation and equity that this same deal would afford, right? So that's what we're analyzing today. If you guys have any questions at all, let me know. I love some feedback on this. And again, we're just doing basics, real estate investing basics. So we're not going to get into all deep conversation about cap rates and about all this kind of stuff. And you said this and all this kind of stuff, right? So we're just doing basics. So I've printed it out. I got a 16-plex. 16-plex here in Anchorage right now. So that 16-plex is listed at $995. And one little thing I got to say about this is there's a lot of realtors here in town, a lot of good realtors, so don't get me wrong, but put out some financials, guys. If you're going to go to the work to list and sell a property, make sure you're making a nice package. You can have that out there for people to check out. So out of about 10, 15 different properties here in town, I found one with financials that we can use today. I'm still waiting to hear back from some others. But this one here, we have 16 units. 16 units listed at $995,000. Now, what is going to be a normal down payment for a 16-unit commercial building? A lot of my clients are going to be putting about 20-25% down. Yes, there are SBA loans. Yes, there are loan programs out there for other types of loans that you could have a smaller or zero down with AHFC, some other programs here in town. But a lot of the buildings that we have, we're going to put that 20 to 25% down payment on that, right? Good. So 995, that's going to be close to $200,000. Correct. So we're going to, at the end of the day, we're going to be financing about $700,000, right? Okay, so we have that. We're going to multiply that by 0.06. We're going to find what's our annual mortgage going to be on a property like that. Do some math here. So we're going to have 42,000 $36,000 $3,500. Okay, so what is the NOI on this property? So with the financials, that what they're telling us, and never believe what they say. I always want you out there. I always want you looking for the last 3 years of taxes. What has been going on the property? I want you to find out all the information you can for yourself. Don't just believe what they're giving you, because it's never going to be accurate. Okay? They're trying to sell a property. You're trying to buy it. So obviously there's going to be a disconnect there in some of the information, because they're going to try to show it in the best light possible. So we're looking at $166,500 for NOI. Okay, that's from rents. Remember, we have a 16-unit building here. They're saying they have an additional $2,400 for laundry and incidentals coming in for extra charges. Okay, so that puts us at $168,900. So we're going to correct this here. Still see this over here, $168,900. Awesome. So we have $168,900 still up there on the board. Okay, so what they're saying is they put in here 4% vacancy rate. So this is income coming in. We're going to go through expenses, going to go through debt service, and then we're going to come in here and see, hey, what is the cash flow? And we're going to look at what are the rates and stuff. So for deductions, expenses, and stuff, we're going to put in there a vacancy rate. Now, right now in Anchorage, that's about 6%. On average, down in the lower 48, we're looking at about 7.5, depending on where you're at. They've only got in here 4% vacancy rate. So we're going to take 168. Let's just go 170. And we said 6%. So that's going to be an additional 10,000 minus 10,200. Okay. Average operating expense. They're saying that in 2014, 15, 16, and 17, the average operating expenses for that property was only $69,000 per year. So when we look at that, let's try to find a percentage on that. I know that management and operations here in town differs between who's going to manage that property. So we have anywhere from about 8 to 14%, depending on the company and what they're including in that management and operations. So we're going to just see here what that $70,000 is going to get us. So that's about 40% there is what they're saying. They're saying $70,000 went out the door for operating, for management fees, and repairs. Now for capital replacement, which is what? That is going to be putting money aside, certain amount of money per door for improvements later on down the road. You have anything from water heaters, roofs. Maybe you need to seal the parking lot. Maybe you need to reside the building. Maybe you need to paint. Anything, any type of scheduled maintenance on the building that's going to take a bigger pool of money that will actually be for the building. That's planned out. And you have a maintenance schedule for it rather than just a reactionary, hey, well, this came up, so we need money, and now we're going to take it out of X, Y, or Z. So with that, they're saying they're putting $300 per door, which is $4,800. So at the end of the day, they're saying expenses comes to $80,000. $80,884. So that's what they're saying here. So what is left? From the 168 minus this, they're saying that they have $88,000 left. Okay, and they're saying they're giving this a cap rate of 8.25%. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you pay cash for this, this is what your return is going to be, right? Now, does that cap rate mean much to us when we're financing this deal? Yes and no, because you're going to have a really good idea of what the building is capable of. You're going to have a really good idea of what the area is capable of, looking at other cap rates and stuff like that. But I don't look at the cap rates. Yes, that would be great. We'll write that up here, 8.25% cap. That's all. That sounds great, right? 8.25% return if we pay all cash, right? But average operating expenses minus your capital replacements minus your vacancy, which we talked about, is we're a little bit higher than what they quoted. Now let's look at 3,500 here. So all said and done, with the $88,000 that we have left, you're going to minus the $42,000 for debt service, and you're going to be left with $46,000 cash flow, right? That sounds great. Now let's divide that . A little bit more than $3,800 a month. Now, is that better than the 8-plex? Yes. The 4-plex we talked about in the first place, right? Great, it is. But $3,800 a month for cash flow on a property that's managed. So first it's managed, right, by somebody else. It's not my headache. I have other people doing it. I have everything taken care of. Let's see here. We have vacancies accounted for. We have capital expenditures accounted for. We have operations, everything taken care of. We have somebody else managing it, and I'm looking at collecting $3,800 a month on this. Does that sound a lot better than the 4-plex we were talking about in the first place, where you have no management, you have all the maintenance to do yourself, you have all the utilities, you have all the insurance and every expense imaginable besides debt service, and you only have $800 a month to afford all of those? Which would you rather have? That's right. That is why we go with the bigger unit buildings. That is why we go, getting a call here. That is why we go and we coach our clients to look into the commercial side of multifamily real estate investing. Once you start getting in the 5, 10, 15, 20 units, you're going to start seeing your margins go up. You're going to start seeing a lot more cash flow per month. You're going to start being able to invest in the building, investing into a property management company, somebody who's going to actually come in and be able to take care of the building for you and still have cash flow on top. So you're not only getting the appreciation and equity out of the building when you sell, but now you're starting to get cash flow every month. Now, is $3,800 that much money per month? It's not that much. Now, it's nice, and for a lot of people, that's going to make or break it, especially an additional $46,000 a year. That's going to be a huge return and a lot of money for you. But in the long run, it's not going to be, and that's why we want to keep moving forward. We want to keep stashing this, keep reinvesting, so you can start building your portfolio, right? Awesome. So if you have any questions, I would love to talk to you about this. I would love to one-on-one sit down with you, coach you through this, analyze a property for you. If you have something here in Anchorage outside of Alaska, I'd love to go through it with you, give you more information. If you have a 4-plex and you're considering, looking to get into a bigger building, if you're looking to get into a bigger deal, then I would also love to talk to you. All about mindset, all about changing and educating a person's where they are now to where they could or what they can do. We all have a great potential, and I just want to make sure that everyone's striving for that. This has been Matthew Lindsay with Precision Home Group here in Anchorage, Alaska. Thank you for staying on, watching us. The exchanges here. Hector, hey, thank you. 10X Sharon, hey, I appreciate that. And thanks to everyone for watching. If you have any other questions, feel free to email me at matthew@precisionhomegroup.com. 907-302-1011 is my cell phone. You can reach out to me anytime. And next week, we will be going into syndication. But before I let you guys get going, just want to recap one more time. Hear what we have going on. Today, we were talking about the fourplex cash flowing. I can't even call it cash flowing. All we're saying is that it had $800 left after, $800 left after they paid down debt on the fourplex. With that $800, you had to pay for insurance, repairs, utilities, and everything else that goes with managing a rental property, right? Then we looked at this deal here, 16 units here in Anchorage. Not saying that this is a great deal by any means, but it's a lot better deal. So with this 16-unit building here in Anchorage for $995, we said that you would put $200,000 down. You would mortgage, you would have $700,000 that you would finance. Out of that, you would be looking to pay $42,000 a year for your $42,000 a year. That would be your payment, $3,500 a month. We're looking at having $46,000 a year cash flow, which breaks down to $3,800 a month in your pocket after it's managed. That's what we're talking about. That's the big deal, the real deal, and it's not baby money. Talk to you next week.